The airplane seems to be very unstable. Did it have some kind of malfunction? That's too bad. We're almost to the landing site. Somebody make sure we can fly. We don't want to crash in the middle of the desert.
Oh no, JJ, we could die that way. Why did we even think we had to take an airplane? God, help us survive the crash.
It's horrible. It's just horrible. We did crash, and I don't know why. We were flying well, but suddenly it was like part of the engines just shut down. How many people died in that crash? It's a miracle I'm alive. But what happened to Mikey? We were sitting pretty close to him, so I hope he's okay too. Although after a crash like that, I don't know what to expect. And more importantly, we're in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea how to get out of here. What a scary fall we've had. The plane literally broke in half, and there are dead bodies everywhere. But where's Mikey? Oh, right, there he is. I hope he's alive. We've got to get him back to consciousness somehow.
JJ, what happened to us? The last thing I remember was being on an airplane and it started shaking weirdly from side to side. I think I figured out what happened here. We crashed. In that case, we're very lucky you and I didn't get a scratch on us. It's a shame about the other passengers, but there's nothing we can do for them. So let's start looking for useful items and tools. I think there's a lot of stuff to find around the plane.
First, we need to walk around a bit and look around. Oh no, what is this? Mikey, I'm in quicksand. I just can't believe we managed to hit quicksand right after we crashed the plane. This has got to be our most unfortunate day. But the important thing is that we're alive again, which means there's still a chance of rescue. Mikey, wake up. This is definitely not a good place to lie down and rest. We gotta get out of here.
As far as I know, it is very difficult to get out of such places because the sand inside is very hard and we will break it with our hands for too long. We'd sooner run out of air before we could break the block down.
Look, they're just ordinary blocks of sand, and I've got a shovel.
JJ, you have no idea how lucky we are. Usually there's just no such loose sand inside. It's like God himself decided to help us out of this horrible hole. But now we will know that we should walk very carefully and keep our eyes on the sand so that we don't fall into quicksand again. Other than that, let's keep looking at the boxes. We still have too few resources for us to survive until help arrives, or until we find the nearest place with people ourselves.
It's a good idea to find people, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy. After all, the plane had to fly at least 2 hours to the landing strip, and you have to realize the plane's speed is hundreds of times faster than ours. So I can't imagine how long it would take us to get out of such a difficult terrain. The most important thing is to stick together and follow all the rules of survival in the wilderness.
Look how lucky we are! We were able to find a lighter. This is a very important item for survival, because we will be able to make a fire and cook food. And now we have smoke grenades. I think we can spend one and try to draw attention to this area from the air. After all, there will be airplanes flying over us. And if they see smoke in the middle of the desert, they'll know something's wrong. We've got to get food somewhere. It's a good thing that the planes have a certain amount of food to feed everyone on this flight. It's not all preserved, but we should have enough for a couple of days.
All right, Mikey, I'm gonna try to get some smoke grenades on the dirt. I think I need to hit as many grenades as I can to cover a large area of dirt with smoke. These grenades have a very short duration, which means we need to make our signal for help as big as possible. And we can only hope that we can see anything at all from the airplane. They're flying above the clouds, so there's no way they'll be able to see the signal. While we wait for rescue, I suggest you sit by the fire. I think we have a lot to talk about. Most notably, a plan for our survival.
All right, let's get some rest. I still have a headache from our crash. I can't believe it was when we were on the plane that we crashed.
It's really quite horrible. But we survived? What? Where am I? Looks like I fell asleep a little bit. Wait, this place doesn't look like home. Right, our plane crashed. So far, it still feels like a dream. I'm awake now, Mikey.
Anyway, I'm explaining to you our plan of action. I think we've been in the same place for too long. And since our smoke grenade stunt didn't work, we need to keep moving on our own. But there's quicksand all around us. That's why I brought you the wood. While you were asleep, I carefully made my way to the nearest trees and collected them. So we need to craft something to get across the quicksand safely. I think stoves would be perfect for that.
Now we can finally get out of this territory. I don't think the quicksand covers a very large area, so it's enough to get over about 10 blocks and we'll be saved. We seem to have taken everything we can from the airplane, so that should be enough to get us started. I just don't know what we're going to do next. We should find a water source or a village. At least there we can bargain with the villagers and get some food supplies.
Don't worry, JJ. I think we'll find something pretty quickly. I don't think so now, though. How big is this desert? It even has mountains this big. That's too bad, because we're gonna waste a lot of energy just climbing them. But we have no other choice. We have to find water and food sooner or later. So we have to cross this terrain, no matter what it takes.
The important thing for us now is to be very careful and attentive, because the slightest mistake and we could die here.
Look how lucky we are. Didn't I tell you to go this way? My gut tells me right. In the end, we were able to find the house and the well. I wonder if there's any more water. We should check it out, because if there is, we could be here for a long time and just wait for them to come for us. There's no water in the well. It's like I thought, because the house looks abandoned, so no one's been watching the water. I suggest you take a little tour of the house. Maybe we can find some items that might be useful to us.
It's so nice inside this house. It's noon outside, which means the sun is shining as brightly as possible. If it were just a little bit more, I'd get sunstroke. And here we can relax from this terrible heat. And, by the way, the inside of the house looks pretty good. You can tell if the owner had good taste. And it's a very big question to me how he managed to bring it all here. I wonder if he had a car. Oh well, I don't have to worry about that right now. In fact, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. I think I'll lie on the bed for a while too. But I won't sleep, because I still have a lot of energy. If you need anything, I'll come get you.
Finally, you can just lie down and rest. I didn't think I could relax in a situation like this, but it was a miracle. After all, this house is our real salvation. Why can't I get any sleep? I feel like it's too noisy outside. I mean, how can it be so noisy in the middle of nowhere? There must be something wrong with this house. I thought there was something wrong right away. I gotta get Mikey up as soon as possible and go check it out. I think we're in for a very big fight. Mikey, wake up. We're under attack. We don't know who, but we're about to find out.
JJ, you woke me up at such a bad time. I had such a wonderful dream. You could have checked it out yourself, but something tells me you can't do it alone. I'll help you with the hard part. Oh my god, there's skeletons. There's so many of them. You can't do it with just an axe.
I think I've seen a gun around here somewhere. Right, here it is. With a shotgun, I'll have a better chance of beating them. Mikey, it's time for us to take them down. I'm a little short on ammo though. Well, hopefully they'll all pile up and I can kill them in a couple shots. And if I can't, I can kill the rest of them anyway. You cover me so they don't come in from behind.
JJ, be careful. Don't forget there's quicksand everywhere. And if you get in there, you'll be the end of this crowd.
I'm trying, Mikey, but they've almost got me surrounded. Well, that's it. I'm in quicksand after all, and I'm out of ammo. I guess this is the end of me. I just hope there's a little cavity underneath the sand and I get sucked in. We did it! We're saved!
What do you mean, saved? We're actually back in the chiseled sands and in the middle of nowhere. Although this place looks kind of cooler than the last one. To be honest, the atmosphere reminds me of some kind of temple. Except there's dead bodies, which means there's no way we're getting out of here. JJ, we need to figure out where we are.
Gently. I think it's become clear to you too that they're not just gonna let us out of here. And it's quite an ordeal. No, not that. Mikey, goodbye. Wait, or not. You're not gonna believe this, but this isn't real lava. Look at me. I'm standing in it perfectly still. I'm so lucky it's not real lava.
I'm happy for you, JJ. Look, the next door has opened. Let's go quickly. In general, this is a pretty obvious step because we've been getting this kind of assignment a lot lately. And you have no idea how much trouble I had with it last time, because I had to draw it myself. And you know very well that I have problems with drawing. So this assignment is all yours. I know you'll be much quicker and prettier, JJ. So you do it, and I'll figure out what we're gonna do next.
Okay, Mikey. I really should do this on my own. It's a complicated process that requires my full concentration. I have to be honest, it's been a long time since I've drawn a picture like this, so I can make mistakes. But I just hope that my hands still remember something and I can easily repeat each of the drawings. The most important thing is not to panic, because we have no time limit.
Don't worry, JJ. Everything will be fine. The main thing is to work at your own pace and don't think about anything else. I know that you are a professional and you will be able to do everything at your best.
It's all right. Just give it a couple more minutes and it'll be ready. I'm just confused by the fact that there are 4 drawings this time, not 3 as usual. That's gonna take a little longer, and the drawings aren't the easiest. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. But on the other hand, why should I waste my nerves on these drawings? I just have to imagine that I'm in a painting class and I'm told to repeat these 4 drawings. So I just have to take a deep breath and continue my drawing.
You don't have much left, JJ. Like I said, there's no one who can do it better than you. I don't want to rush you, but I've noticed that the amount of air in this room has been decreasing dramatically. I'm no scientist, but I don't think it's the sand that's keeping the air clean. And since you and I breathe in here all the time, the air supply is dwindling all the time. So you might want to speed up just a little bit. After all, if there's no air left, we're gonna die.
It's gonna be okay. I'm almost done. So just the finishing touches and we can start the next challenge. Look, I did it, which means we can move on. Let's see what's waiting for us here. Interesting. We've got 2 lava passageways ahead of us, and as I understand it, one of them is real lava and the other one isn't. The only question is, how do we find the right passageway? Because I don't feel like doing a Terminator cosplay. Mikey, I'm guessing we're gonna have to test both passageways.
Well, I got some real lava. I knew I shouldn't have gone left. Listen, how would you like to switch this time? I feel like they're coming in one by one.
All right, look at that. And this time your pass was right. I guess it's just not your day, but it's over now. Or maybe it's not. Something tells me there's some dangerous water in here.
We have to go through the left. See, I told you I chose the right one. For once, I got lucky. And finally, our ordeal was over, which means we can move on to the next one. It can't be. The door's closed.
Wait a minute and leave it to me. I've got the lockpicks so I can break down that door. And you know what? Something tells me this is the end. Because for the first time, there's a door that doesn't open by itself. There's got to be some kind of treasure hidden in there. And that's just beautiful. I'd actually be more excited about clean water and good food. A mountain of gold isn't going to do us any good in this situation.
You're right. We can't do anything with all that gold if we turn into corpses. So I'm hoping there's something useful in there besides jewelry. And I take it you're almost done? You've been trying to crack it for a while now.
I'm almost done, Mikey, so just be patient. This castle is a lot more complicated than I thought, but in the end, I was able to pick it, which means we can collect our well-deserved reward.
Look how much gold there is here. Unfortunately, there's nothing else here. Still, it's better than nothing. After all, if we get rescued, we'll at least have a huge supply of gold, and then we can buy anything we want. I, for example, will buy a huge house and a very fast car. I want all the girls to pay attention to me.
I'll always be amazed at your optimism, Mikey. Wait, what's going on here? Why are the walls suddenly breaking down? Oh no, it's skeletons? What is wrong with this place? This whole thing was one big trap and there's no way out. It's really sad, and I thought we were gonna be okay now. No, please don't kill me. Wait, where am I? No way! Have I been asleep this whole time? But everything that happened felt so real to me. I could even feel the pain. It's horrible. It's a mistake to sleep in a place like this.
JJ, what's wrong with you? You're acting really weird. Did you have a bad dream? You know, it happens. You don't have to take it personally.
You don't understand, Mikey. What I saw was hardly a dream. You and I were literally living an adventure out there, but in the end, we got killed. So we need to get out of there as fast as we can, because the skeletons are gonna be here any minute. Trust me, Mikey, I'm not gonna lie.
God, I'm so thirsty. I feel like I have no moisture left in my body at all, and we can't live without it for long. I would kill for water right now.
Mikey, I think this is a win. Look over there. There's a real spring. Come on, let's go. For all our suffering, life has finally decided to spare us. And now we can drink and bathe in clean water. That's just great.
It smells so good in here. I can't believe there's such a heavenly place right in the middle of the desert. But sometimes they say it's all in the imagination, don't they? I mean, it can't just be imagined. We can still taste it and swim in it, which means the water and the trees are real.
Yeah, it's really beautiful here. And because there's a lot of foliage, it gets a lot less sunlight. And as a result, the temperature is much more comfortable than in the desert. I feel like we could stay here forever, but you can't get enough of water, and we've got to get out of the desert somehow. That's weird. I think I just thought I heard a sound, which means we can go back to the source. Whoa, what the hell is that? There was no lava when I left. How did I even swim in it? I should be dead by now.
Something tells me there's no such thing, although I can even feel the heat coming from this lava lake. I think there's something obviously wrong. We need to figure out where we are.
Mikey, I think something terrible is happening to this place, and we don't think it is. It's actually changing right before our eyes. I don't think we can stay here anymore. Let's get back to the plane.
Yeah, let's get out of here. I'm getting kind of scared being in here. Who knows? We could be standing near a volcano right now, and if it erupts, we'll be finished.
I don't even know what we're gonna do now. It's like this plane is the only place we can get to. We're gonna have to give up.
You're giving up too soon. We still have a chance to save ourselves. We just haven't found it yet. Look, are we sure we checked all the boxes on the plane? Something tells me we forgot to check a couple.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I don't have any energy left, but this will be our last push. And if we don't find anything, we can just sit back and wait to die, because there's no way out of this desert on our own. Look at this. There's so many rocks in one of the crates. But I don't know why you'd carry so many of them on an airplane. But it doesn't matter, because I've got a brilliant idea in my head.
I think I know what you want to do. It's gonna be awesome. Just as I thought, you're going to write a big sign asking for help. And that's actually much more effective than throwing grenades that only work for a small amount of time. There's no wind now, so our sign will be visible for a long time. Hopefully it'll be seen before we're out of power.
I don't want to say sad things, but the chance of us getting noticed is extremely slim. After all, the big planes won't even realize it's written here. So our only chance is to believe that sooner or later, a helicopter will fly past this sign. That's when they'll realize it and come to our rescue.
We should light some bonfires so people know it's not an old inscription. And that's it for now. We can sit around and wait for someone to come and get us. And I hope it's soon enough, because I'm going to pass out from lack of water.
I'm tired too, Mikey. I got a confession to make, Mikey. We've been trying really hard, but it seems like we've been unsuccessful. No one's coming for us. Wait, what's that weird sound? No way, that's the sound of helicopter blades. Oh, finally, we did it. I just can't believe it.
But how? JJ, I'm going to cry. We've been trying to call for help for so long, and they finally found us. This is going to be the best feeling I've ever had in my entire life.